So we're underway again, just leaving the anchorage, which has been pretty good. I'm hand steering at the moment because I don't know what this big fella's doing over here. I don't know exactly what he's it does say on the chart that there's a bit of a restricted area. There is a line down here that says restricted area. I was definitely in an anchorage. There's loads of dinghies floating, messing around as well. I think to be safe, I'll move straight out into the gullet and Brest, Goulet de Brest, and before heading up into the harbour itself. So just so I don't sort of stray into a restricted area or something. This is a French naval base, so there's quite a lot of places that are out of bounds. And given my penchant for not really reading the instructions properly on things, I don't want to inadvertently wander into a restricted area and get pulled by the French Navy shouting at me. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, so I've just got to clear out of this bay, probably about 1.5 miles, and then I can just sail. I should be able to sail straight down the Goulet de Brest, and head for the river Alune. I'm just clearing the gullet of Brest, Goulet de Brest or something. As usual, we're getting, all of a sudden, it went from 16, we're getting about, it's currently 25 knots of wind, gusting up to just under 30, 28.5. So it's been a bit of a, and the wind has shifted around. So it's the northeast, coming from the northeast, and so it's been a bit of a job. I'm currently sailing as tight to the wind as I can. I'm going over to this lighthouse over here. I've been trying to keep myself off that side, which and I've got to clear those rocks. So at some point in the next sort of few minutes, I'm going to jibe and just head down towards, I've forgotten the name of that little island, Ilde or something or other over there, Bidou I think it's called, something like that, and I need a course of 120. So at the moment we've got 21 knots, which is when it's calming down, 21 knots, 20 knots. It might go down to about 18, and then we'll get an almighty blast as a cloud goes over, and it'll go up to almost 30 knots, and the whole boat heaves right over. I've had the rails into the water, so yeah, seriously windy today. So there's a little French boat storming along. This little boat here, he was on the other side of me not long ago, and he hasn't changed his tack or anything. He's just going in the same direction, but he's been blown that side of me. So he's a lightweight boat. I'm sort of heavier to blow around, so he's a lightweight boat. So, but he's doing exactly the same thing. He's going a lot faster than me as well. Yeah. I'm at the entrance to the river Alune. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Aulne. Right at the back end of Brest Harbor. So I've come from the anchorage this morning, come through the gullet, Goulet de Brest, and then I've made my way all the way across deep into the harbour now. And there's these two river entrances. The Chataulin over there. That's pronounced wrong as well, and this is the Alune. And at the back end, at the top end of this is Chataulin, also probably pronounced wrong. But anyway, But as soon as you get into a river, which I'm just entering, you know, I'm into the river, comfortably into the river now, all of a sudden there's loads to look at, so it all becomes quite interesting. This is a nice, I'm not sure if that's an island or it's an house on there. So this is where having a shoal draft boat comes in handy, because we're currently in 2 meters of water, which would this is 2/3 of the way up a rising tide. So we've got 2 meters of water on this little stretch here, so about 6 foot, 6'6". Yeah, 2 meters. Just able to creep past this buoy here with the wind as it currently is, and then turn and head up towards up that direction. It's actually quite nice trying to sail up a river. I'm bound to ground it at some point. 1.9 meters. Right, well, knobhead, you missed the entrance to the Alune, and then grounded the boat. So I went up the wrong branch at this point here, where I went past this thing. That's the river there. So apparently it doesn't look like a river, it looks like just a bay, but yeah, I missed that completely. I came down here and I was following the navigation, and I didn't see any navigation that went up there. Oh, now I can see one now. Now I'm looking properly. Yeah. So anyway, I went down that way, and then got stuck, and I've had to just float off. Look at this fucking thing. Oh, right, it was really confusing. Right, I thought it was just one really massive ship. It's actually two. Look, I was just looking at it thinking it's got a bend in it or something. It's not. Look, it's two ships. I just thought it was one enormously long ship. Still. Pretty impressive. I don't know what that would be. Some sort of battleship. I would love to get on that and have a butcher's around. Looks like the kids have got on it and graffitied it already. Aquanit! Oh, there you go. There's some kids that are on that one. There's their canoe. It just seems a waste, these things, doesn't it? Surely you could decommission them and you could make emergency accommodation and shit like that, couldn't you? Turn it into flats. The thing is, there are plenty of people living on the bloody streets and shit who wouldn't mind a room in a place like that. I mean, that thing is going to sit there and float around there for 50 fucking years, or at least. I mean, warships are not made out of tinfoil, are they? They're made to last. You could decommission that bloody thing, take everything important of it. It's got an electrical system, it's got diesels, it's got diesel generators in it. I'd jump at a chance like that. I'd love to live in something as weird as that. I think it's fantastic. Or even buy something like that, moor it somewhere and rent it out to people. One of these is an island. Now there's a few boats up there. You can see a few boats up there. Oh, brilliant. There's a massive bridge and a viaduct. Again, going back to the Dylan Winter thing, where you go around every corner and the river reveals itself to you. It's a bit weird. I've seen boats on moorings. I've seen no one anchored. Mind you, it's a bit deep, I suppose, 12 metres down here. But I've seen like this. I don't know if you can see it from here. They tie them up to the trees on the side of the bank. Or just ground it. But I mean, that one, and I've seen a few. This one as well. Oh my god. Come on. These are those little tumble down cottages that you can buy on the internet for 30,000. As far as I can see, they look exactly the same, except that these have been done. Come on. I could absolutely go for a bit of that. Absolutely go. I could absolutely go for a bit of that, really. I really fancy getting one of those and renovating it. I think it'd be a worthwhile project. I should try and persuade Chataulin to help me do it. I could live in the bus while I'm doing it. I could live in the fucking boat while I'm doing it. I hope that came out, because that was an otter, I think. Either that or it was a capybara. Capybara or something. Or the most massive rat you've ever seen in your life. Possibly that. It could be that. It could be that. That's the second otter I've seen on this river. I've got a very small. Oh, there. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, so 2 otters in the space of about 2 miles. Thank God for that. I can see the railway viaduct, so the lock is by the railway viaduct. So hopefully my travails for the night are over when we get up there. I'm kind of hoping I don't have to go through it. Is that the lock up there? Yeah, that's it up there, I think. Well, that turned out all right in the end. The lock gate was open, so I was like, well, and I wasn't quite sure what to do, so I just drove into it. There. Yeah, that's where I've come from, up there. So I just sort of went straight into the lock, and then there just happened to be a chap at the top there, just having a walk with his wife or something. He grabbed hold of one of the ropes and just put it on there, and I managed to lasso another one onto that one there. So effectively, and I've put all the fenders down this side. So effectively, that's me basically. I'm tied up all nice and secure in the lock. I have no idea whatsoever what time this thing kicks off in the morning. That might have been better. I didn't see them. All I saw is these things on the top. Where are they? There. These things. So I've managed to get hold of some of those. There doesn't seem to be any mooring eyes on this side. Oh well. Oh well, never mind. That's enough for tonight. So anyway, that's me. But I'm literally just a couple of miles from Chataulin, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm 1 mile from Landau and a couple of miles from Chataulin. 2 or 3 miles from Chataulin. So yeah, bit of an hour's excursion in the morning, and I should be there. Right, so I'm up and at 'em, and through the lock. The guy rocked up and just opened it straight away, which was really nice. And I'm going through the town of Lanau now. It's really pleasant looking place. So there's a big stone quay running all the way through the town that you can tie up to. Looks like everyone's got a boat on it. But there are gaps. People have rafted up, but there are gaps. You could find a spot. Certainly a bit further away from the centre of town. Well, town, village. I've been sitting this morning reading my French book. Until someone talks back to me. I've written down a few phrases. What the fuck's going on? Help. Things like that. Well, this has come as a bit of a shock. Right, so I've tooted up the river. I'm at Chataulin. Right, coming from the lock up to here is really pleasant. Lanau's, Lanau. I can't even remember a name for one. Launay is a really nice little village, and the stretch of river from the lock up to here is really nice. And then they've got like a weir here, so this is the end of the navigation. Yeah, so I suppose some sort of flood defence. Plus they've got some bridges that masts wouldn't go under, so 2 of them. So this is the end of the navigation. I had actually planned to come up here. This wasn't done on happen chance because it's a decent sized town. It's a medium sized town, and it should have all the stuff that you need, like a big supermarket. I should be able to get my SIM card here. And the other thinking was that it's like kind of into France. It's like deep into France. Not deep into France, but it's like 20 miles into mainland France, really, so to speak. So it's not just a bit of a coastal town or anything. It's more of your normal town, kind of like where I was born. This type of thing. But anyway, this is the picture in the pilot book of the pontoon, right? And that's the bridge in front and the weir, right? And I'm kind of almost in that position, not far off there. However, the reality seems to be slightly different because you won't be able to see it now, but the pontoon, I'm tied up against the piles that clearly the pontoon used to be on, so which is no longer here and hasn't been here for some time by the look of it. And then further down there, that little boat there is on the pontoon, and the one in front of it, that's a little step there, and that's it. That's your lot. And it seems to be halfway sinking, certainly not looked after. It doesn't seem to be sort of a municipal used pontoon at all, although both of those boats look reasonable. Yeah, this comes as a bit of a surprise, really.